Morning, Piggy.
Morning. It's a Monday morning. It'll be Tuesday for y'all when y'all see this. But for me, it's a Monday morning. We doing our thing for now. See if and how long that lasts.
Yeah.
Of course, that little bit that was talked about could have just been something to test our reaction on getting that kind of news and just being a tease.
Yeah. That's what I was just sitting there thinking.
And, because that has happened a few times before, too.
Yeah.
So, somebody get mad at you. Well, I just do this. Okay. Bamer. Hey, let's see. We're going to run by and get some go-go juice this morning. Run by the store, get a little something to finish off a recipe she's doing. And that y'all will have seen by the time y'all do this. What do you need? A personal invitation?
Yep.
Gracious.
Like a little puppy dog was right in front of us before we got started.
Yeah. That little puppy dog got in the road. I got out on the road to start going on the way, and that little puppy dog was still there. And he decided, okay, I'll turn around and go the way I was going. And he stayed right in the middle of the road while he trotted on down to where he wanted to turn off at. I guess he figured he was driving tape. He said, I can do that. Funny as can be. Sitting on top of that hill and looking across. There's a pretty sunrise coming up over there. All nice and red and pink and everything. Maybe that's indicative of some cooler temperatures going to finally be coming our way.
It does.
Don't get me wrong, I like it warm. But it's late September. It's supposed to be way cooled off by now. Wonder if that truck back there wants to get any closer. I hope they don't. I can already see that they've got a messed up headlight lens.
That's the one he's talking about right there. You know, objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
Right.
You know.
Like, hey, dude, you want to go ahead and hit my back end? That's all right. I'll let you buy the car. And pay whatever else you might have to pay because of my neck. So, up to you.
There's a lot of cars this morning, ain't there?
It's a Monday morning. We must be hitting it at the right time. We're going down Reading across.
Yeah, that's where you want to go.
Well, I'm asking because that's where you normally like to go.
Yeah, I don't like going down that red light. It takes forever to get through that red light. We could be halfway down Reading time to get through that time.
True.
I'm just saying.
And folks, Reed is about 6 miles from one end to the other on that segment of it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, and we can be almost through that sucker before.
Well, come on and get on with it, dude. I need to get over. There's one coming. Goodness gracious gravy. Finally turned that blinker off. Thought I was doing you a favor. You know, it's kind of being in that spot. Once you get a spot to be able to get over into, you know, you're supposed to kind of hit the gas.
That right there is the one we saw that one day that had that blinker on all the way up to past the red.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a Lincoln MKS in front of us. No, they spent a lot of money on a car.
Lincolns are nice cars. Yeah, they're expensive, but they're nice.
Well, if they're as good as they used to be, yeah, it'd be great. But with planned obsolescence and flaws engineered into stuff,
Yeah.
just don't know if it's as great as it used to be. That's why stuff don't last like it used to, folks. When I went to ITT for computer engineering and electronics, I was taking all that math and I seen all these different formulas and stuff that we did for figuring out things for the guts on the inside of them computers and stuff. I saw then, if you know the math, you can do pretty much anything. And I mean anything. You know, they got formulas for knowing how long a wire and how thick a wire you need to make so much of this or that for a component inside that computer, and also to know how strong it is and how long it'll last under the conditions that you're going to put it under. So you get a little sub-quality material. You figured all that out. You know about when it's going to go out, under what conditions. That's why stuff goes out the way it does when it does. That's why a lot of stuff starts going out after that 5-year warranty, because it's already engineered into it. So that's why that happens. And they got different things that go out at different times. And they do that because most people can't afford a repair bill, so they'll go buy a new car because they can afford that monthly payment better than they can a repair bill, because they don't have a warranty on it. They trade it back in on something, they fix it real quick for real cheap,
Yeah.
turn around and sell it again while you've been snared in for another 5 years payments. Yeah, you get a newer car that's going to last you for 5 years, maybe, if you don't get a lemon.
I've had a few of them.
Yeah. And you ain't got somebody putting stuff in your driveway to cause you'd have to go replace tires all the time, or getting into your gas tank, taking gas.
Cat works great.
So far. But and yeah, folks, we got somebody around here to do that. Same somebody I talk about on other things.
Yeah, well, gas thief ain't been around a long time either, so.
Yeah.
Different.
And that tire we talked about having to replace. How long was that screw? 2 inches, 3 inches?
2.5, 2.25, something like that.
2.5 or 3.
Okay, about 2.5.
Anyway, it was put in at an angle about a 1/2 inch inside where the tread starts on the tire, because they couldn't get past the fender to get it straight in. And I'm sorry, folks, that didn't get there by accident.
Yeah.
Not a screw. And it was more than first time when I finally found it. It was well more than halfway in. And figured out that that's why we were losing air on it. So we went to have it fixed. You know, I asked if it was going to be fixable, and they said, well, right on the edge of the tread like that, we don't recommend it. Yeah, I said, yeah, I had a feeling of that. You know, because you right on that edge where it goes from your sidewall to the tread. So you might get lucky and it fixable, and you might not. But since we had that road hazard on there and just had to pay for road hazard when we put the new one on there, all we had to pay for was road hazard, was on our way again. But that screw did not get there by accident. And it just so happened I found a box in the carport where work had been being done. That had a couple of them screws left in it. I was like, I know where it come from. So it didn't get there by accident. Now I don't know which one of the two that are up there did it. Like with the water dripping on the outside spigot, I thought it was one, but turns out I think it was the other. But anyway, that's all we had to do was replace that tire on that. But there's planned obsolescence in making things, and they engineer the flaws into stuff so that it'll make you come back and buy new. That's why you can't get nothing that will last a long time like it used to. The stuff that lasts a long time doesn't make for lots of sales. They got to make them sales.
Yeah.
You know, they got to make that money.
They must have missed out on my clock that time at the house.
On your what? Oh, that clock, yeah. Well, they were still making things halfway decent then.
Yeah, bought it at the dollar store for about $5 at the time, which you figure $5 or something at the dollar store 30-something years ago, that was pretty good money.
Yeah.
It's been about 35 years since I bought that clock. Mr. Rabbit Head.
Mr. Rabbit Head.
And that clock still works good today.
It does. Unless the power goes out.
Yeah, I mean, that's everything. Power goes out, no doesn't work.
Of course, it does have a place for a 9-volt battery for a backup. But I think we tried that. It don't work no more.
Yeah, it does work. We had to take the 9-volt out and use it for something else.
Well, then we need to get a 9-volt put back in it.
Yeah.
Because every time power goes out, she has to reset it for me. So, we need to get a 9-volt put back in that thing.
Yes, we do.
And, because I mean, like she said, over 30 years, she only paid $5 for it. Over 30 years ago.
They just pull it in front of us.
Pretty much.
I love the way they did that.
And they didn't put no gas to it. Not that they could have gotten too far, because they're not going all that fast up ahead, but, you know, stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah, they couldn't have waited 2 seconds, but they passed them, and
Right.
them and the ones behind them could have come out.
Right. Oh, he had enough time to do it. But I had to slow up a bit, and then he didn't put no gas with it when he did. But, you know, that's why I am a defensive driver. Got taught that when I took driver's ed when back in high school. And to look out for things like that. Because there's a lot of folks out there that ain't looking out for that, and they're just looking out for me.
Some of them ain't even looking out for that. They just go, whatever.
They just hit the gas and go.
They'll stop.
Right. Yep. I better hold up.
Yep.
That big old truck was waiting for that one turn and get out of his way, and boy, he was hitting the gas. And I'm kind of glad I did have to stop for that, because if I'd have got out before he did, he'd have been right on my tail. Sitting there trying to eat me up.
And then he'd have been going at you like we was going at that one.
Yeah. And rightfully so. Well, difference between me and that one is I know how to get on the gas.
Yeah.
So, here come the sun. Dee 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 dee.
Yeah.
And like I said, we on top of that hill, making our drop off, that sun was just barely coming up, and the sky was red and pink and all like that. Sun not quite up yet over the edges of the horizon there and everything. It was pretty.
Yeah.
I liked it. So, well,
Deep subject.
it kind of is.
That made me think of my mama. You say, well,
Yeah.
she said, deep subject.
Yeah, I've heard that all my life too.
Say, wait, she said, that's what broke the bridge.
Right. See how they've gotten on construction down there. They've already got some up there.
Yeah, that's what they finished those up.
All right, what are you doing?
They got to swing wide and turn right.
I'm saying they getting those fixed up,
Yeah.
ready to go. They got the plumbing in. Yeah, there's a lot of construction going down on this road too.
Yeah, I think they take a break. They work over yonder on Reed. And when they get caught up to a certain point over there, they work over here.
Right.
And then they get these caught up, they start making.
Well, they probably timing it out when they have to wait on permits for this or that.
Yeah.
They'll work on this for a while they got the permits for whatever it is they're doing. While they're working on permits for something else. When they get done to a certain point on the first one, they'll go to these other ones once they get the permits.
Permits and inspections done.
Yeah.
I can say that. And then getting the materials and stuff in. Because every one of them are all, you see about 4 different colors, and I think there's a total of 5 colors they work with. They've got a white, an off-white, a pale gray, a medium gray, and a dark gray.
And every one of them look almost identical
Yeah.
in size and shape. You talk about a cookie cutter.
Well, if that's what people want, that's what people want.
Well, it's not so much that's what people want. What they want is someplace closer to the city and schools and all like that. Plus, too, they're doing a lot of it because of all the folks coming from up north and out west.
Yeah.
Who see a house that size at the price that they're going to put it at as cheap.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why the housing costs down here have gone up so bad, is because they've gagged them up for all those folks migrating from the north and west that would look at those prices as cheap. So, somebody obviously going to turn right up here. Yeah, it's that big 4-wheel drive that I didn't get out in front of.
They're on Knob Road.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, there's a golf course down through there somewhere.
Yeah. I see
Knob North Golf Course.
Yeah.
Woo, there's the sun. High enough to be in the sky, low enough to come up under my visor.
I sit high enough it don't come under my visor.
Nah,
But if I want to see what's in front of me, I have to duck down or adjust my visors.
Right. Well, that's a good thing. I know how to adjust in order to be able to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Kind of tilt my head back to bring my eyes up above the visor. Now that sucker's going to be over to the side. It's going to peek in at me a little bit here and there on the way from the side.
Yeah, it gets to the side, it's kind of hard to avoid it.
Right.
I know we almost up here ready to turn in.
Right. So that's it. Piggy loves you.